What's up, everybody? Yeah, welcome to the Mike Dolce Show. I am Mike Dolce, your host, here to bring you the most honest, actionable, and evidence-based information to dramatically improve your life. Today, we're talking about you. Again, another user question based upon body weight or body mass as being the primary predictor of health and fitness or really goal attainment. So let's get into the question right away. Thank you for being here, by the way. If you have not, consider subscribing. Maybe leave a thumbs up only if this video adds you value, but definitely leave a question or comment below because this channel is primarily fueled by your questions. Like right now, Vivian asks, how do we know what our body weight should be? Or should we focus on body percentage of fat instead? Thanks, Mike. And I go on to answer there, but I wanted to answer you guys here. So her question is, what should we be focused on? Body fat percentage or body weight? That's a very easy answer. And the answer comes in context, of course, as it should, in 4 minutes or less. Contextually speaking, if I said, listen, I have 2 bags filled with money, they both weigh 100 pounds. Would you like the bag that is filled with bills, paper, or would you like the bag that is filled with copper pennies? Well, in most countries, you would say, give me a bag that weighs 100 pounds filled with dollar bills, even if it was only dollar bills, maybe it's $100 bills. The point is consistency matters. Quality of weight matters. Hopefully you picture yourself as just this strapping bag of $100 bills and gold bars, or maybe even hard drives of Bitcoin. Body weight itself doesn't matter. Now, we look at a few different criteria, and hopefully this will help you. We look at body mass index, which matters. But with the body mass index, we understand that those above 25 are kind of getting to the overweight side. Those over 30 are now into the obese category. And that's a generalization. I myself am considered to be obese. And when I had life insurance or some sort of insurance done, well, I showed up as a high risk simply because I had a higher relative BMI. And I had to call the agent and have a conversation and show them who I was and what I look like and my blood work. And then I was able to get the supreme category of insurance. Point being, generally, I was considered to be obese. But when we drill down into the context, well, I absolutely was not. So we look at body mass index, but we will also look at body mass index relative to waist to hip ratio. Now, if we have a high body mass and also a high relative waist to hip ratio, now it is a very high probability that this person has some sort of metabolic condition or, disproportionate amounts of non-functional body weight in visceral or subcutaneous body fat, right? With that second relative hip to waist ratio, we can then add the BMI to that and say almost definitively now that this person is rather unhealthy and likely at a high body fat percentage. And that's the next part of your question. The average body fat percentage, as a takeaway of this video for you guys should be shooting below 15, technically below 15. That's the medical standard. We would push to below 14. And our Living Lean program was designed to get relatively healthy adult males and females, but males at this body fat percentage, and females, I'll tell you yours in a moment. But the goal of our Living Lean program, how I lost 112 pounds myself, that program was to get the average male down to 12% or so body fat percentage and maintain it without a hell of a lot of effort. Like 3 weeks to shred it is designed to lose a pound a day for 21 days and just be yoked and at your absolute best. Short term, very acute. Living lean is a much larger, grander, more long-term maintenance goal. So you get to the 12% on living lean, maintain that, and then you can have some fun dipping into the 3 weeks of shredded program because summer's coming up or spring break or a wedding or something like that. I just say this again for context so you can see how the lifestyles stack on to relative body fat percentages so you can now manage your expectations. Ladies, of course, guys, we said, below 15%, we want below 14%, ideally around 12%. Ladies, there's more fluctuation because ladies hold healthy, functional body fat in different ways. And, I'll just use the term curves. Some ladies have more rounder curves while still being very healthy, but slightly higher relative body fat percentage with equal health outcomes, positive health outcomes. Ladies, we would say, ideally we want you in the mid to higher 20s, kind of max, below 30. Let's say ladies, the 30% is the guys 15%, but I'd like to see you at like 28 or below. Like I'd like to see the guys at 14 or below. Ideally, guys, if we can get the guys down to like 12, 11%, ideally most ladies, remember, generalized about myself and my own BMI, but most ladies would be likely feeling and living at their very best in the lower 20%. Now, I know some ladies that live their best life at like 16, 18%. They're Olympic level athletes, and that's just the way they live up in Colorado Springs, and they eat pizza and drink wine on the weekends, and they're still like that. I know other ladies who are maybe 26% body fat and super healthy and runner and quinoa eater and gets great sleeps and, meditate, yoga, Pilates, all that great stuff. That's fine also. But the point is, you have to have the context. Is it a 100-pound bag of bills, or is it a 100-pound bag of copper coins? Again, I want to always give you context on this channel. I find it makes no sense to just throw a macro ratio or just throw a body fat target at you or just throw a scale weight. And the last thing I will say about the scale doesn't really matter. The scale is like, I think it's number 7 of the 10-point reference system that we have our daily check-ins with our clients or weekly check-ins, depending. But what do you weigh is like, 7th on the list of things that we actually ask. Number 1 is, how do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel today? How you been feeling? How do you feel? Right? That's the most important part of it. And then we go through a systems check, and more, hard numbers do come into the equation, but it gets farther down the list. So Viv, I hope this helps you. Everyone here, I hope this helps you. If you have your own question, maybe I didn't explain this good enough. That's certainly possible. Not just possible, that is absolutely probable. If so, just leave a question below. I'll come back and answer that for you guys. I appreciate you guys for being here. Check out any of the links below. We got some really cool stuff at our website, thedolcediet.com. We have a new online personalized coaching program. A wait list is already there. We got really cool stuff coming up for 2022, full body weight training programs. Super stoked with this studio. Clearly now you can see some changes here to the channel, and we are just getting started. So I'm excited to just bring you more value, more honest, actionable, evidence-based information to dramatically improve your life. Until next time, boom.